Before cities, before fire's mastery, humans walked the wild world. But how did they live, hunt, and survive the unknown? Early humans lived in open plains and dense forests. They depended entirely on nature for food, shelter, and survival every single day. Their homes were not made of bricks, but of branches, leaves, and caves that offered safety from wild animals and storms. They hunted animals using sharpened stones and wooden spears, learning to move silently and strike with precision. Fire was their greatest discovery. It gave them warmth, protection from predators, and the ability to cook food for the first time. Humans traveled in small groups called tribes, sharing food, responsibilities, and protection. Unity was their strongest survival tool. Communication began through gestures and sounds before language evolved. Slowly, humans started to share ideas and warn of dangers. Women gathered fruits, roots, and seeds, while men hunted large animals. Together, they balanced survival through teamwork and instinct. Clothing was made from animal skins, dried in the sun and tied with vines to protect against cold and harsh weather. Weapons were crafted from stones, bones, and wood. Each tribe had its own hunting techniques and tool-making secrets. Over time, humans learned to track animals using footprints, broken branches, and scent, becoming expert hunters of their environment. Art began on cave walls. They painted animals and hunts using natural pigments, expressing their experiences and beliefs through drawings. Tools became sharper and more efficient. Stone knives, hand axes, and arrowheads marked the beginning of technology's evolution. Tribes moved constantly, following animals and seasons. Migration became a natural rhythm of early human life. Fear and curiosity guided them. Every night they watched stars, unaware they were mapping the first patterns of the sky. Slowly, humans discovered cooperation beyond survival. They began sharing stories, forming culture, and shaping the roots of future civilization. As time passed, humans began to understand the land around them. They learned which plants healed wounds and which could kill. Rivers became their guides, offering fish and fresh water. Slowly, they started building more stable shelters using stones and branches, marking the beginning of settled life. Children learned by watching their elders how to light a fire, carve a spear, and read the sky for weather signs. These lessons passed through generations, creating the first form of education. Every sunrise meant survival. Every sunset, a victory. With growing intelligence came creativity. Early humans began decorating their tools, crafting necklaces from animal teeth, and using colored mud for body paint. These acts were not just decoration, they were identity, the earliest form of culture. They danced around fires, mimicking animals they hunted, celebrating victories, mourning losses. It was here that imagination first awakened. The rhythm of footsteps on Earth became the rhythm of human progress. They were no longer just surviving, they were beginning to live. Hunting evolved into strategy. Groups coordinated silently, trapping animals in pits or driving them toward waiting hunters. The strongest led, the cleverest planned, and the bravest fought. Each kill meant life for the tribe. Fire roasted meat, stone knives divided portions, and every member shared. The bond between humans grew stronger than fear. At night, stories were told of gods in the sky, beasts in the dark, and spirits that guided their fate. Belief was born here, from the silence of the wild. Seasons changed, and humans learned to adapt. When the cold winds came, they gathered near caves, using fire and furs to stay alive. When the rains returned, they followed the herds once more. Curiosity led them beyond valleys, across mountains, and into unknown lands. They painted their journeys on cave walls, leaving behind the first traces of human history. These ancient markings became our oldest message proof that we were here, learning, surviving, dreaming. The earth was their canvas, and life their greatest art. From the first spark of fire to the rise of thought, humanity took its earliest steps. Those primitive beings, barefoot, fearless, and curious, shaped the future we now live in. Every tool, every discovery, every story began with them. They taught us to survive, to imagine, and to seek more. The first humans were not just wanderers, they were the architects of everything we are today. The full documentary. Video is now uploaded, go watch it to see how humanity truly began.